Come on. Thank you. Okay, good morning everybody. My name is Osa. It is Saturday, 31st of December, last day of 2022. And once again, we are playing Farming Simulator 22 on Maypole Farm. And I'm collecting somebody else's straw. Because, as promised, we will run out the rest of July 2 with a bunch of harvesting contracts. Sadly, that field next to us was ready to harvest. Unfortunately, the farmer did it before I could claim the contract. But we got this tiny field. In fact, we've got quite a lot of very small fields to do. This one I am collecting the straw on because our farm is right there. So it's not too far to haul the straw back home. However, the other contracts are more into this area over here, so I'm probably going to skip the straw gathering on many of them. Maybe all of them. But it never hurts to have some spare straw on the farm, so that's really what we're looking for here. And I probably should move the harvester before we continue. Ooh, that's a weird angle to be looking at it from. Okay. I think we're okay parking there for now. I'm gonna have to bring the Land Rover down because really we do not have a lot of vehicles, spare vehicles available to us, like just the Land Rover. I'm gonna be hitching the bale collection wagon to the back of the Deutz. Obviously our John Deere is set up for grain haulage. And the little Massey can run the baler quite happily. Okay, I have tea, I have Mountain Dew. It's raining outside, because of course it is. And really not a lot planned for us today. I'm not going to be too worried about stopping in time or turning around. We'll just keep pushing, and then I'll shift the bales out of the way as we get towards the end of the field. I do need to keep an eye on what we're collecting, I guess, which is something I'm really not very good at, it would appear. Okay. Pick a row. And again, not holding this very straight either. So this is a tiny field. We didn't even get a full card of oats from it. But the plan here, because I'm doing, well, I didn't pay attention to how many oat fields I'm actually doing here. But the prime goal here would be to, as we complete a field, to completely clear it of all the stuff we need to clear it off. So in this case, I need to clear these bales off so that we can claim the contract when it registers as complete. Because I don't know that I have to, but you know how it is. I mean, you can do, let's just do all the contracts and then claim them all at the end. The downside of that can be if the game crashes, you will lose the completed contracts. At least that's what happened to me last time I did harvesting contracts. So I kind of want to avoid leaving contracts out there for too long. And last time I did harvesting contracts, I actually did, I borrowed equipment. And unfortunately one of the contracts completed and the equipment was in a field with half a load of the contract grains for that job. And so I couldn't complete either of the contracts. I lost one because I had to reload the game and the contract disappeared. And I couldn't complete the second one because the equipment was associated with the first contract and that disappeared with all the grains in the back. So, not good. Now, fortunately, we have our own harvesting equipment this year, so I don't actually need to worry about the equipment disappearing because it's mine. And my equipment shouldn't disappear unless I delete mods in the mod list between saves. But the contract could disappear. Now, the other fun thing, obviously, about harvesting contracts is if I have 3 oat contracts and they're all delivering to the same place, I'm doing field 56, but it might decide that field 34 is the one it's going to credit the first batch of oats at. Which then means that, well, I've completed the delivery on 34, I haven't done anything with the harvesting of 34, and while I've completed harvesting 56, it's not complete because I've delivered 0. Most of the time, we see it more often with, the baling contracts, because I tend to take all silage or all hay, and so we'll do 6 contracts in a row and it's really random which ones actually get credited. Oh, that's good. Good morning, Starbuck and Longhauler. And welcome to our normal Saturday night stream, or Saturday morning stream. It's not Saturday night. That comes later. So, yes. Yes, weekend marathon. We are... Okay, I'll ignore the snoring. Or do we call it loud sleeping? Actually, I discovered last night we do not have any Tums in the house. So I was not intending to go out today, but I think I might be running down to a store somewhere to get a couple of bottles. Because I had a little bit of quite severe indigestion last night, and fortunately I'm kind of intolerant of milk to a certain degree, but yogurt is fine, so I usually buy drinking yogurt, and that tends to calm my stomach, so a couple of swigs of that in the middle of the night settled everything down. Yeah, I'm actually on the generic version of Prilosec, so I just take that every night, and normally not a problem, but last night obviously I did something I shouldn't have done. Typically, I stop eating about 2 or 3 hours before I go to bed. So there's nothing, my stomach's had 2 to 3 hours of sending everything on its way, so I'm less likely to get heartburn in the night. But, it's not 100% guaranteed. Said I don't think I had anything before I went to bed. That would just be a bad idea for me. But yes, we had an interesting evening. Teenage Osa had a couple of her friends over, so they all spent a couple of hours doing their nails and playing board games and eating pizza. Have I missed something? Yeah, never mind. Just push it gently. Oh, I missed it again. Of course, I can't get this thing out of the field because the harvester's in the way, and I can't get the bale collector into the field because, again, the harvester's in the way. Should be okay to try and do this. But, yeah, it's been a peaceful couple of days where, changing things up for 2023. We're having a family conference tonight, and then we plan to try and have one once a week, and it might be as simple as, hey, how's everyone doing? Well, that's good. Meeting adjourned. Or it could be that we have stuff we need to talk about. But I kind of figure we should have a set meeting every week, and if we need sort of emergency meetings, we can do that at other times. But guaranteed, my calendar is free every night on a Thursday for family talking and such. Hopefully things will happen. We just threw one out the back, didn't we? I think I might. We're not producing that many bales on this field. Of course, I didn't check the counter before we started, so we're going to have to look at what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe 8. So I think what I might do is make 24 bales. There might be 8 over there, so we could get a 9th. But if I make 24 bales and just follow us around with the bale collector, then once we have 24, we'll stop dropping straw on the contracts and just polish off the harvesting as quickly as we're able. Round we go, and grab that last bit. So not quite enough for a full bale, but we certainly filled the baler up more than it was. Okay, stop that there. Oh, actually turn it on, lift the collector, turn it off. Okay, I am definitely going to need the Land Rover here. Those are actually canola fields, so those harvests aren't going to be ready for... Actually, one of those is my field, so scrap that thought. grab the header trailer, which it looks like the tongue has ended up in the hedge, because of course why not. I did drop it off so that this bit here was actually out here. And that's a problem. Useless piece of junk. Okay, so we pick this up, we drag it out. Come on, you. Seriously. And, well, you might not be able to fly a piece of wood anymore, but you can certainly fly. Are you telling me I can't lift up the header? This is... Yes, I can. Thank goodness for strongman. No. Oh! How completely stupid can this game get at times? I suppose I could connect the Land Rover to the trailer, so at least we're somewhere sensible. Good grief! Is this becoming difficult? No, it's not gonna hitch up, because why would it? Frustrations galore. Okay. Up, you turn there, you go there. Do not slide. Jump in the Land Rover, back up, and get that thing attached as quickly as we're able. Good. And it looks like the header's auto connected. Sheesh, that was stupid. Still. Land Rover's struggling a bit. I was looking at getting the bigger one, but it's one of those can't really afford it quite yet deals. I believe there's not as many fields ready to harvest along here as I thought there were. There's probably going to be a lot more in August, but 65, which is just behind whatever these productions are ahead of us. It's a lot of canola, including our field, and obviously our field takes priority here. And field on the left, I think I might be able to position this like that, and hopefully the harvester should be able to get that. Okay, good start. Next, harvester. I can fold the top down briefly. We'll head this down the street. I will take the baler down there too. I'm going to have a look at what grain we have here, because I didn't note what the crop was. If it's still oats, we can bring the John Deere along as well, potentially. I don't know. It depends if they're delivering to different places, of course, as well. I mean, that's the other kind of advantage with doing harvesting contracts, is you can end up with the same grain being delivered to 3 different points, so there is never any confusion as to which one you're trying to complete with your delivery. Thing is, because this is less than a full trailer load, if I unload the entire trailer, we'll get paid for all of it, and we'll get the bonus cash for the contract. Unless it goes to the grain mill. If it goes to the grain mill, then it will complete the contract and all of the excess accrues to our grain supplies at the mill, which is bonus flour production for us. That's kind of why I like doing these grain contracts, because bonus flour. And hopefully, come on. I need to get a little bit closer. Something. Come on. We can do this. I think our header has got a little bit bugged out. Just a thought. Oh, okay. Well, that, I guess, kind of fixed it. I should now be able to get the Land Rover out of the way, and at that point we can just drive up to the header and pick it up off the ground. But oh, good grief, that was complicated, needlessly complicated. There now, okay. I will leave that right where it is for now. We'll turn it off. We'll go and deal with the rest of the previous field. This is field 65. So, 65 is wheat. Actually, the oats, that's the only oat field we have. And it's going to the grain mill. That's nice. Convenient. Something. Let's go hitch this up to the bale collector and grab all the bales from that field. Obviously, the nice thing about Farming Simulator is you can have all the types of straw, and they're just generic straw at the end of the day. So I don't have to worry about whether the straw came from wheat or if you're running a mod, canola or soybeans or whatever. Canola and soybeans, I am told, is a straw type that is collected in the UK. In previous versions of FarmSim 17 and 19, there were mods that produced canola straw, but the straw was a completely different product to the in-game wheat and barley straw. Now, here in 22, I believe there is a mod that allows you to produce straw off a lot of the crops. However, it always ends up as just straw, and all straw is the same. The thing with the canola straw, it used to sell, and I think corn or maize straw was also an option, but they were more valuable than wheat and barley straw. 22, all the straw is the same value, so it is what it is. I did say 8, so it looks like I've got most of them here. Other thing I noticed, and we'll take a look as we go and pick up the last bale, the cows are grazing their pasture, which means that I think pasture grazing is a thing if the food trough is less than 25% full. It tops up with sort of grass grazing from the attached pasture. But if you look at this pasture here, it's July, we haven't mowed this at all this year. This should be fully grown grass, and the fact that it's not means that the cows are eating it. Which does mean that our food troughs out there are not very full. I mean, they're full enough to feed the 60 cows we have, but in general, they could be fuller. Okay, I will leave these 2 vehicles here. I will take the John Deere down to the grain mill, I guess. We'll go and get our bonus flour production started. 5 boxes of tomatoes, nice. I honestly can't remember what was on at the store sale. I'm pretty sure we didn't want any of it, but hey, it's been 24 hours or thereabouts since we last checked. Hi ho. I'll take a look when this is tipping. We grew oats for ourselves, so I won't have to worry about production here. We'll just tip the oats, and the bonus oats will be added to our existing oat storage. I'm going to try and drink a cup of tea without crashing into a hedge. And success. And no cars either. So I think, as per usual, my lack of sleep over the last week, I'm still catching up. I think I went to bed at about 8 o'clock on Thursday night. 9:30 last night, and I was at the point I cannot keep my eyes open. It's not like I feel a bit tired, I think I'll go to bed. It was like if I don't get up off the couch and go to the bedroom, I'm going